Hello and welcome. Today what we're going to be doing is wiring up this light bar. Now, let's take a look here. So, what I have done is I have got a wiring kit for a light bar, and I do recommend you buying one of these so that you can not have to worry about wiring it yourself and maybe something happening to where something goes wrong, a little bit of that extra safety. This includes a relay, has a fuse there, it's a 30 amp, which doesn't really look like I'd need it. It goes to this plug right here, which goes to a power switch, and that is the end. This is the plug-in for it. However, the light bar doesn't have a plug-in, so what's going to be happening is that I'm going to be cutting this and soldering this on, or at least wiring it together. So, what I'm going to start with is laying everything out and routing everything, because that's probably the most difficult part of all this, and just taking your time to figure out where everything goes. So to start this off, I am routing this next to the battery to start, because I want to make sure everything's going to reach, of course. I would hate to do everything and then realize it wouldn't reach the battery. So, you don't want to connect it to begin with, because, you might ground it out and bad things could happen. But right around here, I have the relay sitting there. What you want to make sure is it is not going to hit anything that might be in the way. The inner fender sits below it, and the hood hinge does not move that far down. So, I don't think it has to be grounded, but I'm going to find out in a couple minutes. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take zip ties and kind of zip tie this a little bit, so it'll just kind of stay there and it'll hold the wiring, so I can route everything, and then I can go in with a more permanent fastener a little bit later. So let's do that. So depending on your vehicle, of course, you're going to have different ways that you can route things, of course. So what I did here was I put that here. The wire that goes to the light bar goes through the fender up here, goes around and comes through part of the battery box, and right now it's sitting there because I still got to cut it and solder it together. So from here though, I'm going to take this one that goes to the on-off switch, and I'm going to probably take it maybe through there and kind of follow that wire across and go through a hole in the firewall that is right there. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can. So I'm going to do that now because I don't have a tripod to film with, and it's just easier with both hands. So I'm going to attempt that now. I'll show everyone how it is when we get done. Alright, so from there, we have it wired back. It's zip tied to the other wire. Over here, it comes and sits right over here somewhere for now. Right there. Right there for now. I didn't want to put it over in between the fusible link right there. I do believe that's what that is. So I set it through there where all the other wire pieces go. Now, what I'm going to do about the on-off switch is, because they actually, with this wiring kit, it's a rigid kit. It can go through, of course, unplugged, so you can route it better. So I'm going to send it through the hole in the firewall. I'm going to need 2 hands for that. So, alright, we are back, and I just finished up the rest of it, which wasn't much. I just had to put this together, which soldered those together and The reason I did that off camera was because wiring kind of makes me nervous. And that's why, this is why this doesn't run. And with that was the connector from it. And I tried to butt connect it, but it didn't work. So, this is this. And now we're going to see if the work paid off and see if it's going to work. So, there's the connection right there for the inside switch. So let's see what's gonna happen. Got this right here, and let's go for it. And nothing happened. So what you want to do is you kind of just want to go over your wiring and make sure that you did everything right. Because, hey, look, we forgot to wire this to the battery. Simple thing, and just simple things like that you can overlook and your wiring won't work. So lastly, before you decide to be done for the day, if you use zip ties like I did, what you want to do, just to make everything look a little bit cleaner, you just want to take wire cutters or something and just clip them off. It's going to look so much better instead of just looking like you did this and then, you know, left it. And black zip ties would have been great, but I didn't have any. So, that will be that. I need to get the last one there, but I can't reach it from here. I don't really want to flop over the front of this. And let's check out the result. Alright, so we've seen it in here. Let's see how it looks when we fire this up. I don't have this mounted yet, but it's right here. Now, that shows that it's off. There, it's on. Let's look. Let's look. Oh my. That's pretty bright. And that's without it on, so when you turn the truck on, the alternator charges it just a little bit higher than usual. So that'll be great at night. That's going to look even better when I actually put the grill back in there. Can't wait for that. I'm so excited. So, if this was informative or helpful in any way, do drop a like. And if you would like to see more content in the future, please subscribe. Ooh, this is going to be fun. I'll go grab the grill real quick and I'll set it in. We can see what it looks like. Here's a teaser shot for everybody. Remember to smoke tires, not plants, and please subscribe. Thank you, and have an awesome, well-lit day.